On this day in history, we remember the remarkable individuals who shaped our world. Welcome to Who Died Today in History, where we honor their legacies. From artists to leaders, their impact lives on. If you find their stories meaningful, like, subscribe, and hit the bell to stay connected.
Thank you to all our amazing channel members for your generous support.
Adrienne Shelly's untimely death in 2006 remains one of the most tragic stories in modern independent cinema. A celebrated actress, screenwriter, and director, Shelly was found dead in her Manhattan apartment on November 1, 2006, at just 40 years old. Initially ruled a suicide, the case soon took a darker turn when investigators discovered evidence of foul play. Shelly had been murdered by a construction worker in her building following a confrontation, her death staged to look self-inflicted. This violent end contrasted sharply with the warmth and optimism of her creative spirit, revealing the grim realities of violence faced by women, even in seemingly safe spaces. Shelly emerged in the early 1990s as a distinctive voice in American independent film. Her collaborations with director Hal Hartley, particularly in The Unbelievable Truth, 1989, and Trust, 1990, made her a defining figure of that era's minimalist, emotionally intelligent cinema. By the 2000s, she had turned her focus to writing and directing, culminating in Waitress, 2007, a heartfelt story about a small-town woman seeking liberation from an abusive relationship. The film's themes of empowerment and resilience eerily mirrored Shelly's own struggles and aspirations. Her death occurred just before Waitress premiered at the Sundance Film Festival, where it received widespread acclaim. Released posthumously, the film's success took on new meaning, becoming both a critical triumph and a memorial to its creator. It went on to inspire a Tony-nominated Broadway musical, ensuring Shelly's artistic legacy would live on. The establishment of the Adrienne Shelly Foundation further cemented her impact, supporting female filmmakers and promoting gender equality in the film industry, an area Shelly had championed through her work and example. The immediate aftermath of her death sparked not only grief but also introspection within Hollywood and beyond. It illuminated how fragile creative lives can be, and how tragedy often magnifies the resonance of an artist's message. In death, Shelly became a symbol of perseverance, an emblem of the countless women whose voices have shaped art despite societal and personal barriers. Adrienne Shelly's passing reveals humanity's enduring desire to preserve meaning through remembrance. Her story demonstrates how art transforms mortality into legacy, ensuring that talent and truth outlive tragedy. Through Waitress, her foundation, and the affection of audiences worldwide, Shelly continues to embody the belief that creativity can conquer even death itself, turning sorrow into something enduringly beautiful. Phil Silvers, known as the King of Chutzpah, died on November 1, 1985, at the age of 74. His death was attributed to a heart attack, a natural cause that nonetheless marked the end of an era in American entertainment. Silver's passing symbolized the fading of a golden age of comedy, one defined by vaudeville roots, live television, and the birth of character-driven sitcoms that shaped popular culture for decades. Silvers rose to fame with The Phil Silvers Show, 1955 to 1959, where he portrayed Master Sergeant Ernest G. Bilko, a fast-talking, scheming yet lovable con man running circles around the U.S. Army. The character became one of television's first true anti-heroes, a reflection of post-war America's fascination with wit, rebellion, and ingenuity in the face of authority. Silvers' sharp humor and impeccable timing made Bilko a national sensation, earning him multiple Emmy Awards and cementing his place in television history. By the 1970s and 1980s, however, Silvers' brand of humor belonged to a bygone era. The rise of edgier, socially conscious comedy shifted the spotlight to a younger generation. Still, Silvers continued working, appearing in shows like Gilligan's Island and Happy Days, and lending his voice and personality to the next wave of entertainers. When he passed away quietly in his sleep in Los Angeles, the entertainment world mourned not just a man, but a style of comedy rooted in cleverness rather than cynicism. The immediate aftermath of Silvers' death prompted an outpouring of tributes from comedians and actors who saw him as a master of timing and character work. His influence was evident in performers such as Mel Brooks, Jerry Seinfeld, and even Robin Williams, each drawing from Silvers' ability to balance confidence with chaos. For many, his passing underscored how television, once seen as ephemeral, had begun to build a cultural memory powerful enough to outlive its creators. Silvers' death invites reflection on how we remember those who made us laugh. Comedy, though often overlooked in discussions of legacy, can be one of humanity's most enduring forms of immortality. Through reruns, documentaries, and digital archives, Phil Silvers remains a fixture of 20th century entertainment, a reminder that humor, when wielded with intelligence and heart, transcends time. His life and death remind us that while fame fades, laughter echoes forever, preserving the essence of joy in a changing world. Joan McCracken's life and death tell a poignant story of talent, fragility, and the cost of brilliance in an era that often demanded perfection at any price. Born in Philadelphia, McCracken became one of Broadway's most electrifying performers during the 1940s and 1950s. Known for her luminous energy and physical expressiveness, she captivated audiences in productions such as Oklahoma and Bloomer Girl. Yet behind her exuberant stage presence, McCracken quietly battled chronic health problems stemming from diabetes, a condition that, at the time, was poorly understood and often stigmatized. McCracken died on November 1, 1961, at the age of 43. Her death was the result of a heart attack brought on by complications from her diabetes. It was a natural but deeply tragic death, as her illness had long hindered her career and caused physical suffering. In the context of her era, her passing reflected the limitations of medical science and the social tendency to hide or downplay illness, especially among women in the public eye. The entertainment industry of mid-century America idolized youth and vitality, leaving little room for vulnerability. McCracken's decline, both professional and physical, mirrored the pressures faced by countless artists whose humanity was overshadowed by their performance persona. The immediate reaction to her death was muted compared to her early fame, yet within the artistic community, her influence lingered. McCracken was a vital figure in the evolution of musical theater, blending acting, singing, and dance into an emotionally unified art form. She mentored young performers, including a then-unknown Bob Fosse, whose later groundbreaking choreography bore traces of her style and creative courage. In this way, her artistic spirit continued to shape Broadway long after her passing. McCracken's death invites reflection on how society remembers those whose brilliance burns briefly. In life, she embodied a modern struggle, the quest for self-expression amid personal suffering. In death, she became a quiet symbol of artistic vulnerability. Through biographies, theater retrospectives, and renewed interest in her legacy, Joan McCracken is immortalized not only as a dancer, but as a reminder that art often arises from fragility as much as from strength. Her story reveals humanity's enduring desire to honor those who gave their light, even when it flickered too soon. Walter Payton, one of the most revered figures in American sports, lived and died as a symbol of perseverance, grace, and quiet strength. Known as Sweetness, Payton redefined the role of the running back during his 13 seasons with the Chicago Bears. His death, though natural, reflected both the fragility of human life and the cultural shift toward confronting vulnerability in public heroes. In early 1999, Peyton revealed he was suffering from primary sclerosing cholangitis, a rare liver disease that would eventually lead to bile duct cancer. His announcement shocked fans who had come to see him as nearly invincible on the field, an athlete who had missed only one game in his entire career. Peyton's openness about his illness was unusual for the time. Rather than retreating from the public eye, he used his final months to raise awareness about organ donation and liver disease. He died on November 1st, 1999, at the age of 45, surrounded by family. Peyton's death marked a moment of collective mourning not just for a football legend, but for an era of sports defined by toughness and stoicism. In the late 20th century, American athletes were often celebrated for their physical resilience, while discouraged from showing weakness. Peyton's willingness to face death with honesty and courage challenged that narrative, humanizing the image of the professional athlete. His passing inspired widespread discussion about health, legacy, and the meaning of greatness, values deeply intertwined with the American ideal of perseverance. The immediate aftermath of his death saw an outpouring of tributes from fans, teammates, and public figures. The Chicago Bears dedicated their 1999 season to him, and the NFL later named the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year award in his honor, celebrating players who combine athletic excellence with community service. His name now represents not only athletic achievement but moral character, compassion, and resilience. Walter Payton's death reveals humanity's yearning to find meaning in mortality, to see in our heroes both the limits and the possibilities of human endurance. We immortalize figures like Payton not only through statues and awards, but through the values they embody. Strength tempered by humility, greatness coupled with kindness. In remembering him, we celebrate not just a player, but the enduring spirit of courage in the face of life's ultimate challenge. Kirshnik Kari Ball, known professionally as Takeoff, was the quiet genius behind Migos, the trailblazing rap trio that redefined modern hip-hop. His death in 2022 was both shocking and symbolic, a violent reminder of how fame, culture, and tragedy intersect in America's ongoing struggle with gun violence. On November 1st, 2022, Takeoff was fatally shot outside a bowling alley in Houston, Texas during the early morning hours. Reports indicated that an argument broke out following a dice game, though Takeoff himself was not involved in the dispute. He was only 28 years old. The randomness and senselessness of his death struck a deep chord, especially because he was known as the most reserved and thoughtful member of Migos, a sharp contrast to the aggressive personas often associated with the rap scene. His passing became a reflection of a painful truth. Even those far removed from conflict can become victims of America's culture of violence. In the immediate aftermath, the music world was united in mourning. Artists from Drake to Beyoncé paid tribute, while fans gathered in Atlanta to honor a hometown hero who had shaped a generation's sound. Migos had helped popularize the triplet flow, influencing artists across genres and globalizing Atlanta's trap music scene. Takeoff's lyrical precision and melodic intuition were often described as the heartbeat of the group. His death effectively ended Migos' run as a trio and left a creative void that extended beyond hip-hop. Culturally, Takeoff's death reignited discussions about the dangers faced by young black artists in America, success shadowed by systemic violence and insecurity. His story echoed that of other rappers lost too soon, from Tupac Shakur to Nipsey Hussle, marking a continued cycle where art and mortality are tragically intertwined. In reflecting on Takeoff's legacy, we confront the fragility of life in an era that glorifies fame but often neglects the human cost behind it. His death reminds us of music's power to transcend tragedy, how melody can preserve memory when words fail. Through murals, tributes, and the beats that defined his career, Takeoff remains immortalized as both a cautionary tale and a creative force whose light, though extinguished too soon, continues to echo across time. Jacques Piccard, a pioneering Swiss oceanographer and engineer, devoted his life to exploring the most mysterious frontier on Earth, the deep ocean. His death on November 1, 2008, at age 86, was from natural causes, marking the peaceful end of a man who spent much of his life pushing the boundaries of human endurance beneath the sea. His passing symbolized the closing of an era in which scientific curiosity and human courage worked hand in hand to expand our understanding of the natural world. Piccard's most defining achievement came in 1960, when he and U.S. Navy Lieutenant Don Walsh descended nearly 36,000 feet into the Mariana Trench aboard the bathyscaphe Trieste. At a time when humanity's attention was fixed on space exploration, Piccard turned his gaze downward, into a realm even less understood than the cosmos. Their successful descent to the ocean's deepest known point shattered assumptions about life and pressure limits, as the pair famously reported spotting a flatfish-like creature moving along the seafloor. His accomplishment was not just a technological triumph, but a philosophical one, a statement that exploration should embrace both the heavens and the abyss. When Piccard passed away, tributes flowed from scientists and environmentalists worldwide. His death came at a time when concerns about ocean health, pollution, overfishing, and climate change were intensifying. It reminded many of the responsibility explorers like Piccard felt toward preserving what they studied. His life's work laid the groundwork for a generation of oceanographers, including his son Bertrand Piccard, who carried the family's spirit of innovation into the skies with solar-powered aviation. In death, Jacques Piccard's legend deepened rather than faded. His exploration of the deepest ocean mirrored humanity's endless desire to confront the unknown, whether in the seas or in space. His story reminds us that mortality does not diminish discovery, it frames it. Through documentaries, museum exhibits, and scientific writings, Piccard is immortalized as a man who proved that bravery is not defined by conquest, but by curiosity. His legacy continues to echo in every modern deep-sea expedition, a testament to how one man's journey beneath the waves reshaped our collective view of Earth's last great mystery. Mamie Eisenhower, the beloved First Lady of the United States from 1953 to 1961, passed away on November 1, 1979, at the age of 82, from complications related to a chronic illness. Her death, though peaceful, marked the end of an era of post-war optimism and domestic idealism that she had come to represent. As the wife of President Dwight D. Eisenhower, Mamie became a cultural icon of the 1950s, her charm, elegance, and approachable demeanor reflecting a nation yearning for stability after decades of depression and war. Her final years were spent quietly at Walter Reed Army Medical Center, the same institution where her husband had once been treated as a general and later where he passed away in 1969. Mamie's declining health reflected the private resilience that defined her life. Even in frailty, she maintained the dignity and grace that had made her one of America's most adored First Ladies. Her death prompted national mourning and a reflection on a bygone period. The calm, ordered domesticity of the Eisenhower years, often romanticized as simpler times, before the turbulence of the 1960s reshaped American identity. The immediate consequence of her passing was a renewed appreciation for her subtle but powerful influence on American culture. While she was never politically outspoken, Mamie redefined the role of the First Lady through warmth and accessibility. Her distinctive fashion sense, especially her fondness for pink, became emblematic of the decade's femininity and optimism. Her gracious hospitality at the White House set a standard for presidential households, reflecting the values of family, tradition, and decorum that many Americans held dear. Mamie Eisenhower's death amplified her legend as the First Lady of the 50s, a symbol of a nation at peace, looking inward toward family and prosperity. Through museum exhibits, historical retrospectives, and the preservation of her home at the Eisenhower National Historic Site, her memory continues to evoke the spirit of an America defined by post-war confidence and domestic grace. Her passing reminds us that mortality often crystallizes what we value in life. Mamie's legacy reveals humanity's deep connection to memory, the way we honor not only great political figures, but also those who brought a sense of warmth and stability to public life. In commemorating her, we celebrate not just a person, but a period in history when gentleness and dignity were seen as powerful forms of leadership.